Do you have people in the house right now?
Yeah, my girlfriend's here. She's asleep though. I told her she can't use the bathroom while we're doing this.
The Bono's Real Estate Podcast. Oh.
Absolutely. Your mic is so clear. I'm definitely text me after this of what mic you got. I love it.
Is it really? And what about my and like the picture looks good?
Yeah, like I'm
Let's
really
go,
jealous of
baby.
all of this right now. Looking really good.
That's a great way to start, you know? That's a
That's
great
my
way to start.
bathroom door behind me, so hopefully no one goes in there while we're that's my
Do you have
setup.
do you have people in the house right now?
Yeah, my girlfriend's here. She's asleep though. I told her she can't use the bathroom while we're doing this.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, Sean King, thank you for being here, my friend. Dude, we've been trying to plan this for like 10 years now, it seems like. So
Yeah, it's been a
um
while, man. I've been looking forward to this one too. I wanted to be prepared, as you can see.
anyways, man. So yeah, we've been following each other for some time now. Or I guess I should say that I've been following you for some time now because I found you probably like, what was it? Like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think
And
I've been following you for a while. We didn't really talk though. But you had done a lot of your car videos too, and you were very consistent. So I remember I was seeing your face pop up on my screen every day before I even talked to you, really, right? And
okay.
then I don't know, you started sharing my stuff a bit, and I started sharing your stuff. We became friends.
Yeah, no, it was really cool how that kind of evolved into what it is now. And you've always done stuff that's very unique, and I want to get into that. Um, but before I do, I have to mention that I'm watching Fargo right now. Have you ever seen the TV show Fargo?
I've seen the movie. Isn't it based off the movie?
Maybe, but they're based out of Minnesota. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The movie's the same thing. They all got like the hardcore accent, like hello. That
don't
was
you know?
terrible. Yeah. Oh
No,
yeah.
but that your accent is like spot on with that. So like I'm very familiar. So it's cool to be actually talking to somebody who has that.
Is
Anyways,
that actually how I sound when I talk normally?
yeah, you do. Like I you didn't like
That's so embarrassing.
well, it's funny because the way we're talking now, uh it, you sound different than your videos, which is interesting.
Well, I probably put on a little bit more of my acting in the videos.
Yeah.
So the accent
Yeah,
and stuff
like
comes out.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they like in Fargo, they like do you ever say hiya?
Hey, I say hey, hey there.
Really?
No, but I'm sure I have.
Hey, yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Hey
I
there.
just had to mention that because like I'm just like into that accent right now.
Everyone says I have an accent in my videos, and I don't hear it, but I guess
I
no
don't
one hears their own accent. So
I haven't heard accent in your videos either, but okay, so speaking of your videos, this is one of the things that I wanted to kick things off with right off the bat.
yeah.
Was well, maybe I should slow down. Before we do that, just kind of introduce yourself, tell everybody whether they know you or whether they don't know you, who you are, what you're about, where you live, what you do, all the stuff.
All right, sounds good. I'm really, really good at talking about myself, so this should be easy. All right. So, Sean King, I'm a real estate agent from Toronto, Canada. I'll say Toronto for simplicity reasons. Really, the greater Toronto area is what we call it.
Okay.
Uh, Seventh year in real estate, fourth year doing content. This year I was able to get into a pretty big magazine up here about real estate kind of stuff.
Nice.
A lot of my
Nice.
deals come from social media. I've done 5 deals in the States actually, and
Oh,
about three across the country from TikTok and stuff from
oh wow.
referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so video marketing is a pretty big part of what I do, right? That's basically what I'm known for. If you do know me, I'm not known very well, but for the small amount of people that do know me, it's my videos, right? Yeah. So, any questions you have from there?
So here's where I want to go from there.
Yeah.
Your content, the thing that stands out and that has always stand out for me is the fact that I think that you are probably one of the few people that I know that has the most amount of engagement that I've ever seen on Instagram. So, I mean, if you look at Sean's posts on Instagram, number one, they're super creative, they're very unique. I don't know what it is about Canadians and like social media content, but you have like you, Matt Leonetti. And I guess those are the only two that I thought of. But
Yeah.
the
Me and him
thing,
actually started at the same brokerage, believe it or not.
really, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right,
The same Keller Williams.
okay, and he just
Yeah.
joined, Real.
Yeah, he did. I actually saw a post about that. He joined Real. So
Yeah,
I
like
have no
his
idea.
his his like announcement for going into Real was like, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the video. It was really good, really creative.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. How did you go? I mean, you've been only doing this for 4 years. How did you go from where everybody starts by having zero followers, by having no engagement, you have no real idea as to how you're going to go down this content creation road, to now making really creative videos, but more importantly, like the amount of engagement that you get on your videos are just astounding, it seems like. So how did you go from that? How did you get so much engagement in such short time?
By engagement, I'm assuming you mean my comments and stuff, right? I get a lot of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, lots of comments, lots
Yeah.
of shares, lots of stuff like that.
Yeah. So I actually started out as a stand-up comedian in my early 20s before I even got into real estate. I was a
Oh
comedian, so I
wow.
was writing and I was actually doing corporate gigs and stuff like that, and I was writing for people. So
Oh cool.
writing the content came kind of naturally to me. When COVID hit, I had just left the team and I was on my own, and real estate was kind of going slow for me. It was probably my third year in real estate. It's 2029, third or fourth year in real estate. Things were going a little slow. And I had been doing video. I've been definitely wanting to break into video. I had taken a bunch of online courses, Adobe and all that, and I was doing a lot of serious videos, but they were really lame. Like literally me holding a whiteboard, no lighting, just complete crap. One of them, the first one I posted got one comment, and it was like just someone telling me how stupid and wrong I am. My stats are wrong. Like I knew the person, but like that's the only comment I got, and the likes were all just pity likes. And I had a TikTok. I had never even been on TikTok yet. Reels wasn't a thing yet. And my first video I made actually had nothing to do with real estate. It
Okay.
was a parody of Friends. And I had made it as a joke just because I was in lockdown, I was bored, and I had a bunch of wigs from Halloween. And I just did the intro of Friends and dressed as all the characters.
Yeah, yeah.
And and I had less than 300 followers at the time, and it got like 50 shares, which was a lot back then. You know what I mean? Like when
Oh
the
yeah.
Reels wasn't a thing. This is all my audience, and that's like,
That's
and it got
that's
like
still a lot.
yeah, it is still a lot, but I'm saying that's like that was a lot for me back then, right? That was
Yeah.
like epic.
Yeah.
And it got like 200 likes. And again, I had less than 300 followers, right? So
Right.
a video like of that magnitude, and it got like 100 comments. So I was just very like, whoa, this is funny. People like my stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll be a comedian again if real estate falls to crap. I thought COVID was going to destroy real estate, but it did the opposite.
Yeah.
So is this boring? Let me know if if I'm rambling.
No, not at all. Keep
I'm
going.
very I'm very insecure. Okay, but um, where was I? So I did like 5 more parodies. I'll send them to you after. I did The Office, I did Full House, I did Toy Story. None of them were anything with real estate. And then I was seeing like the Broke Agent, Matt Leonetti, all these guys doing
Yeah.
content. I'm like, whoa, people can actually do this stuff in real estate. Doesn't all
Yeah.
have to be professional. So I made this one video, a parody of Titanic. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure you've seen that. I've posted a couple times, and
Yeah.
that was my first one with real estate related. And
Yeah.
I did green screen with it. And the green screen app wasn't a thing. Like I actually went and learned how to do a green screen, like with like Adobe After Effects.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like I learned the whole thing. Took me forever,
Yeah.
and I got a freaking listing appointment from that.
Mm. How did so
And
okay, so how did that come about? Like did somebody message you? Like how did that come about? So you post like a parody video about the Titanic and you
yeah,
get a listing from it. How does that happen? Like break that down.
so this was my first parody, but it was about real estate. Let me make that clear. So it was about the Titanic, but this is the first one I made that actually had something to do with real estate. My other videos were just dumb videos before that. I was just being funny.
Yeah.
And the guy messaged me. He goes, "Man, I've been loving your videos." He goes, "I showed this one to my dad. He was dying laughing. He wants to sell his house. Can you go meet him next week?" I
Mm.
called him that afternoon. I met him. Yeah, I met him like 3 days later. And he like literally, I was trying to be serious and do my presentation. He kept talking about the video the whole time and like showing his wife. And this guy signed the paperwork. I had his house sold 2 weeks later, right?
Yeah. So that
So
is
like
that
this stuff works, right?
yeah, that's a super important point though, because a lot of times it seems like realtors and lenders and title people and appraisers and inspectors, like they don't see the whole vision around social media. They just feel like, okay, you know, they think that, okay, if I post videos or if I post pictures or whatever on social media, like people are not going to like reach out to me directly. And most of the time that's not going to happen. Like most of the time you're not going to just like have people just reaching out to you and just being like, hey, I saw this just listed, you know, postcard looking post that you put on Instagram. I want to buy that. Usually it doesn't happen like that. Usually you develop fans, like is what I call it. Like you develop people who end up following you and being like, I like Sean's sense of humor. I like that. And then you put out a real estate video and they're like, wow, like that, like in your case, I'm not looking to sell, but my dad is looking to sell and he thinks you're hilarious. And you're obviously like in real estate. So can you come by and meet him and talk? Like that is the end goal. Like I talk about this a lot with luxury. So a lot of times real estate agents will think like, I don't want to be on social media because that's not where my ideal client is. But like the luxury market, yeah, maybe not all of them are on social media. Like most of them are. Like people underestimate how many like older people are on social media. But like, what
Especially
about
now,
that?
they're getting on there in drones now, right?
Oh, for sure. But like a lot of times people will have like a niece or a granddaughter or something that may see Sean's stuff about a luxury property that he just listed, but he did it in a humorous way. And their rich grandpa who owns a luxury property or whatever has a sense of humor as well. And they don't want to work with the suited up like luxury guy. They want to work with the guy that's funny and just a human. And so I feel like that is exactly, what I talk about as well, which I'm glad you brought that up because it's a great point. So
Well, not even humor, just someone that they see crush like because it's a like these old people, they know social media is there now and they don't
yeah,
understand it. So when they see that you're just crushing on social media or doing things that are even unique on social media, they
yeah,
know that you're kind of ahead of the game.
yeah.
They know that you're doing things that others aren't. They know a lot of like, you know what I mean? They know it's the future and they don't know how to do it, but they know you're doing it. So, you know what I mean? Just the fact that you can show them
Yeah.
anything on social media can
Right.
help you big time.
Right.
I'll be clear though, that listing appointment was someone I knew who I hadn't talked to in 10 years. So it was a way to re-engage with my sphere, which is I think is
No,
a
for
lot
sure.
more beneficial on Instagram and stuff like that. YouTube's a different story, but like Instagram and Facebook, content is an amazing way to re-engage with your existing followers because you probably had Facebook
Yeah.
for 10, 15 years and all these followers you haven't
Right.
talked to in forever. You know what I mean? And they're all watching, right? Like I've talked to so many people from high school in the last 3 years, 3 or 4 years that I hadn't
Yeah.
talked to in 10 years before that. So that was the biggest plus for that. Whereas
Yeah.
TikTok, I'm getting a lot of new people like
Yeah.
those deals from the States. Those all came from TikTok and stuff like that.
So you see Facebook and Instagram, like, Meta, you see those as more of like reaching your sphere. With Reels, you do have the capability of reaching like people outside of your sphere, but like I agree with you. I think Facebook, especially Facebook, is to stay in front of your sphere, to constantly be showing up. And I was having this conversation with Kat Torrey with Ryan Serhant's company.
Oh yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, I don't know her. Well, yeah,
So she was on the podcast. What was it? What's today? Wednesday? She was
Wednesday.
on the podcast last week, Friday, I think it was.
Yeah, I
Anyways,
think I saw some clips you posted too with her. They
yeah,
were really
yeah. So we were talking about this, and we were talking about the fact that, oh shoot, what were we talking about? What were we just talking about? Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so
yeah.
we were basically talking about how a lot of times, like especially on Instagram and on Facebook, you'll have your sphere that follows you. They don't always engage, but they're constantly seeing your content. So it's hard as like content creators, which that's like it's a fancy word for somebody who's consistently posting content and trying to like get better and better and better. But the thing that Kat and I were talking about was like just because you're not getting an enormous amount of comments, or maybe you're not getting any comments at all or no likes at all, doesn't mean that people aren't seeing your content still. Because like one thing that we discovered was when you go out into public, like when you meet people at functions, at events, at mixers or whatever, people will come up to us and be like, "Hey, I love your videos. Like, keep posting them." And you look at them and you're like, "I never see them on my comments. I never see them liking anything, but they're still seeing it." And so I feel like that's like a super important point is like you're still having an impact even though you may not realize it or not.
Oh yeah, big time. Because I got a guy reach out to me the other day saying he showed I did a Barbie parody. Said he showed to like 3 of his friends. He never likes or comments any of my posts, right?
Yeah.
But a big reason I think I'm getting the engagement, sorry, I didn't answer that before, which is why I'm bringing
Yeah.
that up, was when I started doing video, anytime someone shared my post, I would share it to my story and give them a big thank you. I would
Yeah.
constantly engage with their stuff. I was always like making connections with the people that I was talking to, like with stories and stuff. I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time on that for a few years, and a lot of them are like like a lot of my comments are from the same people, even
Yeah.
for all my videos. But I've built that up with them.
Yeah.
So if you want more engagement too, like you kind of got to give it to get it. I feel at this stage. 'Cause especially now more than ever, like, it was easy like, I started before Reels was a thing, and
Yeah.
TikTok had just started, I think. So, it's easier to get some, like, comments and stuff because a lot
Yeah.
of the stuff was new.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas now everyone creates content. So, if you're engaging with their stuff, they're gonna engage back with your stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone gets so caught up with their follower counts and their ratios and you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, wanting to be
Oh
a
yeah.
celebrity.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
true.
don't spend time building the networks, and we forget we're realtors. We're building relationships here. There's a huge referral network out there that people put aside because they're like, I don't want realtor followers. I'm like, well, you can be put like everyone's moving intercontinental now all the time, right? So was that the right word, intercontinental? Everyone's moving all over the place, right? So
Yeah. That's
don't
actually
put aside that
that's
referral network and all that stuff and engaging with all that. That's how I think I built the engagement. Also, I think I do pretty unique original stuff. Whereas, like, I
yeah.
don't do a lot of trends. It's hard to comment on a trend that you've seen 15 times.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not saying don't do trends because the reach is important too for getting new followers and then building
Yeah.
them into a relationship. But you probably won't get as much engagement unless you do something a bit more original.
Yeah. So, and that was the thing. And you had mentioned like I did a lot of car videos, like,
Yeah.
sitting in my car doing videos. And I've been trying to like transition out of that because like I feel like people want like it's easy to do a video in your car, because like
Yeah.
there's nobody watching you. It's a lot harder to like go out into public and be around a lot of people. But I feel like that's more attractive to the consumer on the other end. Like they're like, what is he doing like in a grocery store?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm transitioning into. Like I was talking to a group yesterday that and maybe you'll be a part of this, who knows? But I'm trying to like
Oh,
I'm trying to like transition into like obviously like a very low level Mr. Beast style videos for real estate stuff to where
you're
you
gonna be
have like
giving out
these
$1 million prizes and stuff like
no
that.
that's why maybe have $1 prizes but
Yeah.
like
Free home evaluation.
Nerf gun from the dollar store.
Yeah.
But like, so like, but just have like challenges and like things that like people compete and like do different things, but within the real estate space. Like, I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but people
Is it
like,
gonna be YouTube focused or more
yeah, it's gonna be
Instagram?
YouTube focused, and then we'll be able to like strip things and use it for Instagram and the other platforms as
Perfect.
well.
It's the best way to do it.
But like one thing I was gonna ask you was like for other realtors, because this is a realtor focused like podcast, for other realtors, like, I mean, you're a comedian, you're obviously like super funny just by nature. Like, what about people who aren't? Like, how do they craft creative content while being like maybe kind of just not funny? Like, it's okay if you're not funny. But how do they create like unique and creative content?
If you're not funny, don't be funny. Like, don't try and be like, there's nothing cringier than someone who's not funny trying to be funny, unless it's like making fun of themselves. They know they're not
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So always, like I said, be your authentic self. I know, like
Yeah.
you've heard it a million times. It's cliche by now, but like when I was doing serious videos, it was uncomfortable. Like you could tell I was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
People were uncomfortable watching it. Like I was
Yeah.
just like,
Right.
like, I just look like an asshole, right? So, I'm more comfortable being a jackass on
Yeah.
camera, that's why it works for me. So, like,
Yeah.
when you see people like Tom Story and he's being very like, he does stat I don't know if you follow Tom Story, but
Yeah. Yeah.
he's part of, like, NowBAM and all that, like, he does very serious stats, but he's so, like, passionate and good at it, like, I watch all of his videos,
Yeah.
and none of it's funny, but it's really good, it's just him talking about what he wants to talk about, and it's very
Yeah.
informative.
Yeah.
But you know what? You don't even have to do that. Say you're a dog person. Are you passionate about dogs? Post videos, dog related stuff. Like if you're a big restaurant person, post the videos of you going to the restaurant. That stuff's great. Just
Yeah.
don't try and be someone like you're kind of not.
Yeah.
But I also argue that when you're starting out in stand up, we used to say this thing. It's called finding your voice, and
Mm.
they say when you first started out doing stand up, you're kind of a hack because you're copying. Like you're trying to be. I was trying to be Dave Chappelle on stage, and I'm not Dave Chappelle. I'm Sean King. So I'm on stage doing like being a personality that I'm not and building
Yeah.
into myself, which is funny. So go on there doing stuff that you like doing
Yeah.
and build your voice. That's what I think you got to do. Like, don't worry about it right away. It might take you some time, but getting started is the best way.
Yeah, I feel like finding your voice, that's super good advice for anybody. And to like find your voice, you may have to try different things. So like, maybe you're into dogs or whatever, or cats. I don't like cats. Like I like
Yeah,
kittens, but
yeah.
cats
Do,
like
do videos on
grown.
how much you hate cats. You
Yeah,
get a
like
million
yeah.
followers.
Like grown. Could you imagine just having like go to a page and just be like, I hate cats, and it's
Just,
just like this whole thing.
just sit in your car every day. Like, fucking client had a cat. I'm not listening to this shitty property. But you know what? And you know what? And voiceover videos are not how you're gonna find your voice. But I understand if you're starting out and you're nervous in front of camera, voiceover videos are the best way to start getting your face in front of the camera. So I'll argue either way, things are good or bad. It just if you're still doing the voiceover videos, that's all you do because you
Mm.
just want those boosts and the
Yeah.
trends. Yeah, you're not finding your voice, and again, after a while, like you're not gonna get that engagement, and you might get a lot of likes because it's easy likes. But I don't know if you're really building. You know what I mean? Like I like some of them and don't even look at them anymore. I
Yeah.
literally like them.
Yeah. Oh,
So
same.
yeah,
Are
after a while, like people are kind of getting sick of them, right? So
Yeah. Are you talking about like the lip syncing?
yes, like the voice stubs. Like I
Yeah.
still see tons of it.
Well, so yeah, because that's kind of like how I started with reels. And
But there's
like,
nothing wrong with that. Getting
no,
started, like that's why I say, right?
yeah, how
Like
dare you? How dare you, Sean?
yeah. But I was saying, like, if that got you comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I didn't have any strategic plan whatsoever. I was just like, this looks like what's, the trend is. And I didn't follow you at that time. I didn't follow like Ed Stulak or Matt Leonetti or like these people who are building like personal brands. And then Ryan Serhan and people like Kat, Chris Benjamin. Like I've met like so many awesome people who have these like very unique brands. Like your brand compared to Chris Benjamin's brand, even though you guys both do things that are funny, it's totally different.
He doesn't try to be funny though. He'll admit it. Like he is funny in some of them, but a lot of
Yeah,
his videos aren't funny. It's very motivational and helpful
right.
stuff. And he's great, but that's who he is. He'll sit there and be like, "Yo, I'm not as like."
Yeah,
He's even said it like, "Sean, I'm not as funny as like you and Derek," even though Chris is hilarious.
yeah,
But his videos do better than mine because he's very authentic. Even when he's being funny though, he's not trying to be funny. He's being
right.
himself.
Yeah,
So it's very entertaining and enjoyable and humorous. And it's not about the dumbest joke. It's about you following along with Chris's personality and stuff, right? Because
right.
he is a very funny person, but like that's not his 100% niche. He doesn't go for just humor. So
Well, and
he's one of the best follows if you want to learn how to do video because he's so freaking original and he's a machine. The guy puts out like 5 a week.
oh, he's so good. So I don't know. Did you ever see the episode that I did with Chris?
Oh, I seen clips of it, right? So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was
I'm a big fan. I watch all your episodes.
so it was crazy because so I had Chris on and it was like kind of like later in the night.
Yeah.
It was like an evening podcast and I was at home in my home office and we were doing it and I had it scheduled for like 30, 45 minutes or whatever. And we ended up going for like 2 hours because like his story is so unique. And we just like we're just like da, 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 like we were talking so much about like it started with real estate and I really was interested to hear about like his Mount Everest, climbing Mount Everest story. And then we talked about like him becoming a father because it was like before his son was born. So like we were talking, it was like really, really cool. It was a very like emotional podcast. The guy is like so passionate, like
Yeah.
about so
You
much.
can feel I've been stuck with those conversations with him too. I get it because he's
Yeah.
so he's just so spiritually aware and stuff too. Like he just
Yeah.
things that you aspire to be. It's I think
Yeah.
he's a father figure to me almost. You know what I mean? I think he's younger than me. But no, I've met Chris in person a couple times too, right? So I
Yeah.
really like he'll give you the time of day. He's humble.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the guys, they grow in this space and they get big egos. Like
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get to that point so I can just have a big ego and just be a jerk and bump into people. Like I won't be like Chris. But he'll give you like if I'm like Chris, I give you a call tomorrow. He'll talk to you for an hour. Like he's just
Yeah.
such a genuine person. He really is. This is the Chris
Yeah.
podcast now. So
Yeah. This is, yeah. Big shout out to Chris Benjamin.
yeah, but he's a person I recommend. My buddy
Yeah.
Derek too. I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, they're good people.
Yeah. So, okay. I want to stay on this topic of like, creating content, but creating content in a way where people feel comfortable doing it, because I think you made a good point of talking about like it's so easy to go down this rabbit hole of like I want to be like Sean, I want to be like Chris, I want to be like Derek, when it's like your greatest asset is just being you. Because at the end
100%.
of the day, like if people see you in person and then they see a totally different person on social media, like you're probably not going to get business from that. And like the whole purpose of this is to like create genuine relationships with people to where like they want to refer you and or they want to do business directly with you, or say, like in your instance, like I have a dad who wants to talk with you about listing his home. So, you know, you've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah. Video for 4 years. I've been in real estate 7 years.
Right. Video content creation for about 4 years.
Yeah.
What was like your greatest struggle when you were first getting started to where you are, and compared to where you are now?
Trying to make everything so perfect. Like when
Yeah.
I started, I was doing one video a month. Literally, that's how I started. And I thought that was, but I would put such a production into it, which is
Yeah.
like, even nowadays they look like crap. Like my crappiest videos look better than my best ones back then. But I
Yeah.
would like really plan it out for the whole month, and I would think it's this
Yeah.
big thing, and I was taking it too seriously. I think I thought I was gonna be like on
Yeah.
Oprah, making these big productions. You know what I mean? And then everyone started doing reels and TikToks. It was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Your stuff gets buried so fast now
Yeah.
that just I'm glad I got to a point where I'm way more consistent now and on top of it, 'cause like, I would
Yeah.
do one a month and sometimes I would skip that month, right? I was posting
Yeah.
maybe twice a month in total, and I was still known for my videos though because not a lot of people were doing them yet, right?
Yeah.
And again, they were very unique. They were like very original ideas. They were stuff I was very like I loved creating them and learning how to do it. I was
Yeah.
enjoying that. Like it was such a fun process. Like
Yeah.
I never had as much fun as I did my first year making videos that didn't, and I've had viral ones since then, and like none of them went viral my first year. They just did well.
Yeah.
But that was the most fun I've had. Like getting 100 likes and stuff back then and learning the process. So just
Right.
start doing it and enjoying it. Don't overthink it because
Yeah.
no one's gonna care within 24 hours
Right.
at this rate because there's so much content. But obviously do your best. Don't put
Yeah.
up crap, but
Yeah.
and then I would sit there and stare all day, like, how many likes is this one getting? How many likes is this one getting? I was so caught up in that at first. And like
Yeah.
now I'm just like, whatever, this one did shit. Next one. Next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm still trying my best always with all of them, but I can also pump them out a lot faster. So yeah, I would say just get started. Don't overthink it. I see people their first time, they get a film crew and it's a 3 million production, they get 3 likes. It's like people aren't gonna sit there on people aren't looking for 3 minute productions on Instagram. You know what I mean?
No.
Like they'll go to YouTube for that, and you don't have the following on
Yeah.
YouTube yet to even get engagement there. And it's gonna be very discouraging.
Right.
So I say start small, man. Just start funny stories, 10-second clips, just get going. And
Yeah.
like I said, when you started in your car and you did voiceovers, you probably got good traction on them and it kept you wanting to go.
Yeah.
So that's why I do recommend them.
Yeah.
I don't recommend you stay doing them, but to
Yeah.
get started and get that traction, I think it's a great experience to have. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Well, and to your point, like when I first started, I got way better engagement and way better views and like everything on those videos compared to what I get now. Like I've been doing it for I've probably been doing it for like 2 years, between two to
Yeah.
3 years. When I first started, I was like in the car, me doing like little lip syncing videos of just trends, and they'd be getting like 15, 20, 30,000 views. And now, like, I'm lucky if I can get like 5,000 views, right? So like, but the important part of that is like I've had a different point of view and like perspective on like what social means for me. And social doesn't mean like getting thousands and crazy amount of views. It's like, am I hitting the right people and am I impacting them the way I want to? Like I'd rather reach fewer people and impact them the way I want than reach 40,000 people that are just irrelevant to what I'm trying to accomplish. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I probably get more comments on some of my lower viewed videos because they're more personable and they're more like a
yeah.
lot of my content is made for my audience, my current audience, right? Like, it's talking about me. Like, I just did that huge. I don't know if you saw my Barbie parody. Um, I just did like the Barbie, the I'm Just Sean video. It's like a huge one. Like, it's one
Oh,
of my
okay.
biggest productions I've done.
Okay.
Um, and I posted it like last week, so don't worry if you haven't seen it. I
I
won't
haven't seen
correct.
it.
I'll send it to you after. But you know what I mean? Like the whole I'm not expecting that to go viral. Like I
Yeah.
made that. It's all about me and my business and stuff.
Yeah.
But I knew my audience would love it, right? And
Yeah.
it's at 6,000 views, but I'm at like 300 comments.
Yeah.
So that's what I made that for, right? Whereas like I did this one video about Tim Hortons and it's at 3 million views and nothing to do with real estate, right? And I just made that like for fun, joking. It was something like Tim Hortons is a coffee shop in here in Canada, in case you
Okay.
don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't
And it
know.
just it pissed me off one day. So I did a Starbucks versus Tim Hortons comparison. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
got 3 million freaking views, and I got 5 leads from it. Nothing to do with
Damn.
real estate.
That's
So I don't
crazy.
know. It's so freaking weird. What? And then
Yeah.
like if I post this article about me when I was in that magazine, I got like no leads from that. Like no one cared about that. So I don't know. I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell works anymore. Like everyone says, don't do just solds. They're boring. But I get so many of my sphere message me with just solds, and I know it's not entertaining, but like these just solds are like you know what I mean. And my the house I just sold, the people that follow me, they love seeing that, and I post the story.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the answer. I think you should just post what you feel like posting sometimes. Sorry, I'll let you talk.
No, you're fine. You sparked something that I was going to talk about, which was so we hear a lot from like all the gurus and everything on social, like don't post just solds, don't post just listeds. But so I agree with that only if you're posting just that,
Yeah.
because that's boring because then they don't get to see like who Sean really is. However, I feel like if you sprinkle that in, it does give people like, oh, he just sold that. Like he just sold that. Maybe he can help me sell my grandma's house, or maybe he could help me sell, my house or whatever. But the thing that you do differently that I haven't seen a lot of people do, maybe I haven't seen anyone do this, is when you post a just sold, like you like edit like a wig on you, like you have like this, you have like long hair, and then you have like a cowboy hat, and then you have like red hair, and it's like very unique to where it does make people stop and be like, what? So like, what's Sean going to do next? Is
Yeah.
kind of like it's kind of like the theme that I'm getting, and so I feel like that's part of it as well. Like people are gonna stop on yours because like not only is your face there, but you got some weird stuff going on all the time too.
And
So
and they're gonna comment on that, like, "Nice hair." Like, it's gonna get
yes,
engagement.
oh for
Um,
sure,
like, I did one with Fabio where I look like this beautiful guy, so I bet a
yeah,
lot of girls like, "Does this guy look like that really?" They went to my page, like, "No, he doesn't." But, yeah, it's just again and I always post a story in them too, like a fun story about the process.
yeah,
And, like,
yeah,
again, it's just on brand with mine. Doing a funny picture is just very on brand with the stuff I post.
right,
So again, you don't have to do that, but like maybe post you with the family's dog, something. There's a million things you can do that will capture
yeah,
people's attention other than your same headshot for 15
yeah,
years.
yeah,
But I post just sold sometimes, and I have like realtors reach out like, "Whoa, you actually sell real estate? I thought you were just a comedian." I'm like, "Yeah, I still sell." So I
yeah,
post them to remind people like I actually do quite a bit of business.
yeah. So how much business do you think that you did in 2023 just from social?
um, like percentage wise or like dollars wise.
No,
Um,
percentage.
I would say probably this year was so many referrals. Like my referrals really came in hard this year, like from real estate referrals, not just like past clients. But I'd say in 2021, I did like 27 million in sales, 2021, and
Nice.
80% of that I'd say was from social.
Really?
So yeah, like that was my
Nice.
big year. And I didn't do as much the last 2 years, but that's everyone. Everyone dropped the last 2 years. I still had 2 great years.
Yeah.
Um, this year, like new social this year, I would say it was lower this year for sure, but my
Mm.
referrals were way up from other agents on social, if that makes sense. Like random clients this year, um, were a lot lower on social, but my other realtors referring me business and past clients that I met on social was huge this year.
Interesting.
That makes sense. And but my pipeline has been huge this year from
Yeah.
social. So I built quite a big pipeline, but people are a lot slower right now. So,
Yeah.
but for sure, like social is a huge part of my business, right? It fluctuates for sure, but again, I built that base on my Instagram. I feel I'm not getting as many new people now. I'm just kind of engaging with the older
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok, I've been getting a lot more newer people, and I'm
Right.
starting to transition into YouTube.
Mm.
But yeah, no, like I said,
Yeah.
I just closed a referral. She was a girl. I've never met her in person. She's a local realtor here. We met on Instagram. She sent
That's
me a
cool.
buyer, and it's closed. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, what other marketing do you do? Like, do you send out postcards? Do you like go door knocking? Do you cold call? Like, what other like marketing do you do? Or is it like pretty much
I
focused on social?
I cold call every day.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
I've been bad the last month, so I'm not gonna say every day right now, but like from January to probably September, I did 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
100,
Nice.
100 dials a day. Um,
Nice.
I probably get maybe 1 to 2 deals a year from cold calling,
Ooh.
but all of them have been like in the well over $1 million price points,
Oh,
and I built my email list massive from it. And also one of them has gotten me 3 referrals. So I probably made 20. I probably made close to 75 to 80 grand off one of those cold calls,
yeah.
and it was that's what I'm saying. So it's worth it to me.
Yeah.
It's worth it to me, right?
Oh, for
Like
sure.
the average agent in my market does 4 deals a year. We have like a very saturated market.
Four deals,
Our average price,
four deals a year?
yeah, and our average price point is $1 million. So 2 deals a year could be 40 grand. You know what I mean? In my market.
Oh, true. Right, right, right.
So you know what I mean? So if two
Yeah.
deals a year, I'm getting cold calling, gets me 40 grand plus referrals, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I buy online leads. I do Google pay per click.
Okay.
My budget's about 500 a month there. I do postcards, but I do more like, can I grab them for you? I'll be 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, definitely do it.
Give me 2 seconds.
We'll put on a commercial. We'll put on one of your videos.
Yeah, there you go. So I should have this stuff ready for you. So I do things like postcards. Like I did this one. It's like all of my favorite restaurants in the area,
Oh, it's like a door
promoting them.
hanger.
Yeah, I did door hangers. I did these postcards. It was my contest, draw a mustache and Sean King.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, I got about 80 emails this year doing this contest.
Oh, that's really
I do,
cool.
yeah, Facebook ads too, and like local restaurants. Like I get free stuff at a lot of these restaurants now.
Oh, that's
I do a
cool.
lot of stuff like that. What else do I do for marketing? Yeah, I don't do a lot of big client events, but I'm gonna step that up this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm grinding nonstop. Social media, cold calling, door hangers, pay per
No,
click.
that's really cool. I think that like again, with your strategy for the postcards, like it's not just like a postcard of this. It's like creating a call to action kind of like, draw a mustache or whatever, which will, I'm sure, like, have you had this happen where with those postcards, draw a mustache? Have you had people take pictures and then post it on their social, like on their story or something and being like,
Oh
look,
yeah, nonstop,
yeah,
right? That's what I'm getting, and like it's like fun for their family. Their kids draw a bunch,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I usually have a participation award because not everyone can win. I want people to feel like
yeah,
it was worth it. So
yeah.
this year I teamed up with this place and I gave everyone a free pizza to a local
Okay.
restaurant. So
Okay.
just participating, like if you're local.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I do a lot of fun stuff like that. I was gonna do pictures with Santa this year, but I just ran out of time. But
Yeah.
yeah, social media is my main focus for sure. Like
Yeah.
I'm working with the clothes now. Do you know the clothes?
Yeah. The close.com or whatever.
Yeah, they're hired me. I'm doing weekly videos for them now. I just started
Oh,
this month.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm going to Inman with them in January actually. We're having a little business meeting. But
Oh,
yeah, no, they
nice.
have me as like they're like, yeah, we want you to be the face of our funny videos on.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Congrats on that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that'll be a good one, right? Because their social media presence is a little like it was lacking a bit, but they have amazing email marketing and like their articles are so good. Like they
yeah,
need to be seen a lot more. So I'm glad we're teaming up with them a bit, right? And they got
yeah.
some amazing people working there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I like their graphics and their statistics and all of that they put out.
Yeah,
Um yeah, I may or may not be going to Inman in January. So if
yeah,
I do, then I'll hit you up so we can
yeah.
do
Make
some
some. We'll
content.
do some fun content for sure.
Oh, for sure. In New York, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Sam Trimble is one of the speakers there. So
Oh no way.
he'll be speaking
Cool.
there. We spoke at the same event in October in Reno. So
Oh yeah.
we kind of hung out and whatever, played some roulette, gambled, lost
You're
money.
making big waves, eh?
No, it for me it's really cool because like see how you did that, you're making big waves, eh? Like
Yeah.
that's
Hey.
a
Oh yeah, I definitely do the A. The A. You'll hear the A.
I want to start doing that. Like, I think it's kind of cool, eh?
When I,
Like, it's
when I
just
was in
like,
Dallas, they were all fucking calling me A because I say so much.
that's so good. Yeah. So, okay, you were talking about YouTube as well. So, like, what is your strategy plan for YouTube?
So right now, I'm just been doing a lot of shorts, and they're getting lots of traction. But shorts are hard to convert on YouTube. You don't get a DM option
Yeah.
that I know about. That's where Instagram and TikTok's great because I build the connections through the DMs. Um, but I'm getting good traction. But long form is something I've really wanted to work on. But me and my friend Kristen started doing our podcast, like our mastermind, which we're gonna have you on for sure. That's the only really long form thing I've been doing. But I have a big plan for the new year, so stay tuned. So I have some good long
Okay.
form stuff. I have a videographer I hired for this one because I can't really
Nice.
put all. I do all my own editing. I can't take
Yeah.
on anymore. Um,
That's the
but
worst.
lots of people are cleaning up on YouTube, so I really want to start. I don't have good numbers for YouTube for you. Like
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, I have amazing numbers, but
Oh, yeah.
YouTube, I
What is
have.
your YouTube?
I think Sean. I don't know, Sean King Real Estate, I believe. It's in my link tree. It's in
So
my bio.
I'll get you from this podcast. I'll probably get you 20,000 subscribers.
Do it up. These podcasts are great though for long form stuff. This is the kind of stuff I want to get on my own page because me and Kristen have a
Yeah.
separate page,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really show where I am. So
Yeah.
me and her have been talking about doing one for our local market.
Okay.
A bit more of a serious one, but like with our humor, like we'll have people in our local market kind of thing, and
Yeah.
like
Oh, for sure.
and business owners and stuff like that. A bit more of a, you know what I mean. And then we can clip that down.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I started the podcast was because I kind of got some inspiration from like kind of like what the broke agent did and then
Yeah,
from what like Joe Rogan is doing. So
yeah,
like dude, did you know that Joe Rogan has been doing his podcast for 11 years?
yeah. I believe it. I started listening. I was doing stand up. I was listening to him, and that was probably 11 years ago, right? So
That's
yeah,
crazy to me. Like it was
yeah,
really good for me to know that because I thought he'd only been doing it for like a couple of years
yeah.
and he had just like blown up like that. But
I
like
hated Joe Rogan back in the day, and now I love him.
yeah, I love him. Like he's such a
So
cool dude.
if you go long enough, people can grow. You can grow on people.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
also grow. They can grow to hate you as well. But if you're consistent, because Joe Rogan actually, I went from hating him. I hated his stand up.
Yeah.
I thought he was just like a hack. I'm like, buddy, you're like a UFC fighter. You're not a comedian. I was like, stay
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I love him. So
I like his podcast. I've never I've never gotten into his stand up, but I really love his podcast. You know Joe Rogan's coming onto my podcast.
holy crap. No
No,
way.
just kidding.
I was gonna say, how the fuck did you I'm like, get me off of here right now. I'm not opening for Joe Rogan. Wow,
No,
I'm so fucking gullible. Sorry, can I swear? I'm sorry, I won't swear. Um,
dude, it's funny actually because I take it as a compliment because I've said that like two or three times. People like I'm just like a jokester. Like I just constantly am like telling lies and then just saying just kidding. But like I've said that a couple times and people are like, "Oh, sick! That's like awesome." And I'm like, the fact that you actually believe that, like I take that as a compliment. Thank you.
but times are tough out there, you know?
Hey, eh? But
Um, my buddy got Grant Cardone on his podcast. I was surprised. So
oh, nice. Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be a good one. I've been trying to get Ryan Serhant. So that's actually like I'm kind of like in the process of that. So that will hopefully happen. And then I really want Gary V. So like I'm pretty much bothering his team every week. Like I send an email
Yeah.
every single week being like, hey, like 10 minutes, like let's do a 10-minute, super quick one.
I
Just
heard he's hard
whatever.
to get.
I heard he's hard to get, but I heard it's not impossible. So
You'll do
I,
it. You got me. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Um, what was I gonna say? Ryan Serhant. That's another great one. If you're like he
yeah,
doesn't do funny content, but he does very engaging content. And there's a
yeah,
lot of people that are inspired by him, like you know what I mean, that
yeah,
style. Like I'm just not a Ryan Serhant. You know what I mean? I'm not the suit guy.
yeah,
Um, so a lot of people should look at that and like implement that kind of strategy, but being
right.
yourself,
Yeah.
basically. But he's got some great stuff, right?
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah. I
I
mean,
read his book. I'm still a fan of him. I still learn from him. Like that's just not my kind of content that I do. But
well, and he even says like you have to be yourself. Like he doesn't preach that you have to wear suits and be like the serious guy. Like he preaches like find your voice, be who you are, and don't try to be like me. Don't try to be like, Grant Cardone or Gary V or Sean. Like just be who you are and make content. That's like the primary message for any like big personality at this point. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it. Grant Cardone talks about it. Um Ryan Serhant, he spoke I was surprised you weren't at the LFG event in San Francisco in October
I
or
did.
in November.
Was that the real one?
No, that was, Arjun Dingra?
Yeah, I follow
So
him.
that was the one that he put up.
I
And
went to so many events this year. I can't like I did Inman or no, I didn't do Inman. I did Dallas. I was in Florida twice. I was in freaking
nice.
Vegas. I was like, I can't do like and after a while there's only so many people saying that AI is gonna replace me that like, I can't.
What?
Every speaker was telling me how I I need to believe myself and AI is coming and I'm like whatever.
That's yeah, that
I use a lot of
Sam,
AI though. I'm very pro AI.
oh, me too. There's something AI going on right now. Like with recording this podcast, there's like something within Zoom that's like AI. It's probably like it's probably like stealing all my information as we speak, but like
Yeah.
it's funny because like Sam Trimble, actually, you'll hear him talk at Inman in New York in January, but he said stuff, and Gary Vaynerchuk has said this as well, but like AI is not going to replace anybody.
Yeah.
Our competition, knowing how to leverage AI, will replace you though. Like
Yeah.
that's a good point because like it's just like social. There's so many people who are falling behind because they're not willing to start creating content. And staying in front of their sphere every single day. Like that's my big thing is like social is a place to stay in front of your sphere of influence every single day where they choose to be. Like they choose to open up Facebook and Instagram and spend time on there. Like and this is like something that they take with them everywhere. Like they don't take postcards with them everywhere. They don't take like, whatever else. Like they take their social media and their phone with them everywhere they go. And they're
Yep.
on it constantly. And so if you can stay in front of them, like being your true, genuine self, like that's like a hack by itself, you know?
Yep. And if you use AI properly, it's gonna make your life easier. Like I use AI to make blog posts now. I use it for a lot of my videos, like my mastermind, or for it's our mastermind podcasting. I use
Yeah.
Opus for all the clips now because I don't want to edit them.
Nice.
Um, like a lot of my videos too, I'll use a form of AI for certain things like voice changers, funny
Yeah.
pictures created, like memes even. Like I use it for so much stuff. It just makes putting out like eventually it's gonna get so saturated if everyone's using AI and pushing out so much content. But
Yeah.
you know what? We're not there today. Today you can use it.
Yeah.
So just think about today and what you can use it for today.
What do you use besides Opus? Because that's something I've been trying to like think about playing with, especially because I have the podcast, just like throwing the whole
It's
clip in there and
getting
then just
good.
is it okay? So what
It
about
used to kind of suck. Try Opus with your podcast, and it's getting good.
okay, I'll try that out.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I have to go in there through like Premiere or iMovie and like take little
Yeah.
clips. Freaking yeah, it's a mess. But
Uh,
what other like AI tips are you using for like editing and different things? Like what other ones can you throw out there?
high quality is great because I don't know if you've seen a lot of my videos where I cut myself into movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of movies where it's older clips
yeah,
and it's blurry. High quality clears up the image and makes it like crystal clear. It's so good. I
Oh,
use it for like all of them now. It's so awesome.
is it in a browser or is it an app?
It's an app, but you can just use it there, then send it to your whatever your editor. Like I edit on CapCut a lot too. I use Premiere. I
Yeah,
use Adobe Premiere Pro and CapCut.
I use
CapCut
CapCut.
has their AI auto captions now. It's so good for if you want to do captions.
That's what I use
Um,
too. You know,
yeah,
a really good tip that I learned actually, because CapCut is like partners with TikTok. And
yeah.
so like when you create a video in CapCut, say you're making a short like video for like a reel and you go to edit that and then you go to put it on Instagram and you use the captions, the auto captions, Instagram picks up on that apparently. And like,
It's been debunked.
really?
Yeah, my 3 million view was all CapCut. It's been
Really?
debunked. Actually, agents actually me and him at a debate, and then he said, and then afterwards he goes, "Yeah, I think it is debunked. It's a
Really?
myth. You can edit anything in CapCut. It will not get hacked on Instagram."
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I heard somebody say that like if you use the
their
auto cap
videos probably just sucked, or they got like shadow bans. They blame everyone has all their myths. No,
uh
Instagram does not give a shit if you use CapCut.
all right, all right.
Um,
That's good to know.
everyone in my video, I just had one 2 weeks ago that hit 200,000 views. CapCut.
CapCut. All right. What is this
Yeah,
high
so
quality? This high quality, what is it called?
just high quality. That's what it's called. I'll show
Uh
you.
I don't show the people.
I'll show you.
Show all of your fans, Sean.
There you go. See
Oh,
it?
hi. Hi.
Yeah, yeah. HS. Sorry, I should have been more.
Wow. Wow.
That's how we spell hi. That's a
That's
great
insane.
one though. For editing video, if you have even your own video, if it's blurry, it's really good.
I still don't see it. Is this a Canada thing?
I doubt it. HI quality. I'll send it to you
Oh,
after.
this one. This one.
You're just kind of blurry. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All
HQ.
right.
That's it. That's a good one. You gotta pay for that one though. So you get a few free
You have
stuff.
to pay for
You pay per
you
video
have to
though.
pay
It's not
for
like you don't do a subscription. It's like $2 per. You pay per second you do. So you
wait
don't
for
have to pay if you're not
for high quality.
using it. Yeah. Um. What's the other one I use? Literally, it's called just Photo App, where I clean up all my images. What the hell is it? Oh, I put off this crap. I gotta start sorting out my stuff. Reface. Where is Photo App? I'm gonna find it for you.
And what is this one for?
It's cleaning up images. So I put all my stuff in there.
Oh, okay. And then it just pops it out
Yeah.
like a
And then
baby.
it clears up any of your dirty images. It's really good. You can remove backgrounds. You can
Oh,
like
nice.
add color to black and white photos in seconds.
What is
It's
that one?
really good. Photo app. That's a
Just
great
photo
one.
app.
Just called Photo app. Yeah.
Oh,
There's a
nice.
million of these too. Like if you want to shop around.
Oh, yeah.
Um, obviously I use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT plugins for YouTube. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know a lot about that. Just like for creating all my blogs.
Yeah. Wait,
Um,
so explain that.
do you want to go to? I'm gonna have to kind of show you. Do you want to
Yeah,
screen share? Do you want to do another time?
no, do
It's
it.
up to you.
Do
Okay.
it.
Let me see here. Hold on. 10 best ways to crap. I don't know if I have it on this one. Hold on. Buy a house. Let me show you here. Okay. Let me just screen share. What? It's not like it says disabled participate screen share.
What about now?
Okay. Oh, you're allowed. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Don't watch. I was watching Scrooge. My nephew was over. Okay.
I just
Good. Top 10 ways to buy a house. My nephew uses my YouTube, okay? So let's just go, say we go to this video.
shout out to Chris here. Chris Co.
Yeah, there you go. We'll shout out how, so look at this. This is, you don't want to watch this 12-minute video. Um, this plugin over here, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
So that's a ChatGPT plugin. It just transcribed the whole video in seconds,
Hmm.
right? So let me go here, copy and paste that. Make sure you don't steal or you give people shout outs though, right?
It's true.
So ChatGPT, like, write this into a blog post for
Oh,
me.
interesting.
So I'll do that. Oh, oh, for the love of God. Oh, it's a new computer. Uh, sorry, this is boring. Uh,
Yeah, this is
Write
good.
this into a blog post for me. So now ChatGPT just made it into a blog post. You can say, do it in 100 words, you know? I won't go over too much ChatGPT here.
No, this is cool.
You never seen this before?
I've seen it in a different way, but I've never actually like tried it because I'm not into like blogging or anything. But
Yeah,
uh,
I never was until now, but like I'm big on SEO for my website because I do Google pay-per-click.
yeah,
So blogging is a
yeah,
great way to get people to your ads.
yeah.
And then you can pump out a blog a day with this stuff, right? Or even
That's
an email. I can put this in, like, make this into an email blast for me.
yeah.
So that's a big
That's
one I
super
use.
cool.
Yeah, it's a big one I use. Even if you just don't want to watch the video too, you can just transcribe it and it breaks down the key points for you. If you don't want to watch a
Yeah.
20-minute video. Or say someone doesn't want to watch our whole podcast, they can transcribe it down and then do the key points.
That would be a really good thing to do right there. Or like make me a LinkedIn, like create a LinkedIn post and
Yep.
500 words or less
Yep. Or
about
yeah,
this YouTube video.
make me the key points of this YouTube video when you're posting to LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, right? So it's really
Yeah,
good for
yeah.
that. And it's free. That ChatGPT YouTube plugin's free.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Also, is it 4 degrees Celsius where you're at?
I don't even know. Are you trying to be cool by saying Celsius?
Well, no, no. Look at the bottom left.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Oh, am I still screen sharing? Yeah, it's
Jeez, that's so
here, I'll
cold.
turn that off now. Stop share. I hope I didn't have anything bad open.
Yeah, that's what you're deleting. That's the tabs that.
Yeah. Is my thing
No, but
clear?
yeah,
There
it
you go.
looks good.
There you
No,
go.
but yeah, no, I mean that's super good information. I think Chat there's so many like super good tools that ChatGPT allows us to use. And
Yep.
I think
Use high
like
quality. If you break down clips for Instagram and someone has a blurry screen, use high quality. It'll clear it up for you.
that's what I need to do because like a lot of times like when because I record these just on the cloud and then I go and like download them and stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes it's a little bit fuzzy and
Yep.
that's perfect. Yeah.
High quality
So
does a great job. And it's getting better every day, all this stuff. They have
oh
voice enhancers. I don't use a lot of those.
yeah.
I probably will in the new year, because we're doing our podcast and stuff, but there's so many things. So Opus, ChatGPT for YouTube, ChatGPT, high quality photo app, captions. I'm using all that AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use for the podcast if sometimes like the sound is a little bit, because like Sean, he's not as cool as me, so he doesn't have a mic.
He's
But
gonna cut out all my A's, like remove A.
no, but like, sometimes like the sound will be like a little bit like muffled or whatever. And I put
Yep.
it into AI Adobe Podcast. I just put the whole clip MP3 version in and it
Yep.
like cleans it up. It makes it sound like studio quality podcast. So
What's the name of that app?
it's a browser actually. So you just type into like Google Adobe Podcast and it's like that first one and then you just go.
Because I pay for all the Adobe products, so I should get that.
Oh yeah, you should get that. I could see if I can, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out actually, because yeah, I use Adobe Audition too. So I don't know. I'm using like CapCut's great for green screen. There's just so many things I use now. It's crazy.
Oh, for sure. So like
Yeah,
I'll show this.
yeah.
I'll show this to you. So like this is I'm doing something right here for can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, big MacBook guy, eh? Trying to make me look bad.
where is
I'm
it?
using a refurbished PC. It was like $250 because my other one broke.
So right here. So like this is it. All you do is like you take the MP3 version, you just
Yeah.
drop it into here, and then you can like enhance the speech. So like I'm working on this Cat Tori episode, and
Well,
like you can just and then if it's like if you don't need it to be like super edited or whatever, you could just like reduce the strength of it or whatever, and
and you
it's
put it on Spotify?
yeah, I put it on Spotify and I put it on YouTube.
Oh wow, this is actually insanely helpful right now. This is what we're looking for.
Oh
for
yeah.
our because we didn't want to go on Spotify until we cleaned it up, right? So
Yep. Yeah, so
that's
this is what I
amazing.
use. This is what I use right here. And then
Yeah.
I just put it into Premiere or iMovie or whatever, and I
Yep.
take away the sound from the original clip, and then I put that in there, and then it's done.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
yeah,
Do you want me to show you one more AI thing I use before I go, or
yeah.
I don't have to go. I'm just saying. I didn't know
No, no,
how long
definitely.
these usually are. I'm in no rush. That was rude of me. I'm
Wow, Sean. Just for the record, Sean's like trying to get out of here. He thinks Dabono's real estate podcast is boring.
it's 4 degrees here. It's barbecue weather. Okay. All the girls are out in their bikinis today. They're 4 degree Canada weather. Let me just see here.
Do you still have your girlfriend trapped in the bedroom?
Yeah, yeah, I have her tied up, so she didn't come out. She's been trying to pee for about an hour and a half. Let me just go here to my CRM.
That's funny.
This is where like all my Google pay-per-click stuff goes right to my CRM.
Oh yeah.
I won't go too much into that stuff. We're more talking about fun marketing stuff today, like not my whole process, right? But if
Yeah, yeah.
you ever want to have me back and talk about stuff, I can go over
Oh
because
yeah,
I do a
definitely.
lot of very professional stuff too. I'm not just a moron. Where is she? I gotta find if you bear with me.
Oh gosh.
Huh?
That's funny.
Yeah,
I'll put some elevator music in here while you're doing this.
yeah. Eh, oh, Canada. Where is the city? I want to really show you this one. It's really cool now. I got this build. Oh, there she is. I found her. This is a lady I have signed with me. Don't be stealing her information because she signed with me. So if you try and if you try and message her and steal my business, I'll sue you. For anyone watching. Uh,
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Now I'm afraid. No, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be
So this is all AI that booked this whole appointment for me, and I have her in my car. So I'll just see let's see how much it's talking to her. She's the dark blue. That was
okay.
all AI talking to her and booked the phone call
Wow.
for me because I couldn't
That's
get it.
crazy.
So basically, I still think talking as a human is always better, but
Yeah.
online leads, you have to get to them within 24 hours, they say. So if you can't do it, my AI kicks in and messages them, sets them up on a
Yeah.
drip campaign,
That's
and then
super
I
cool.
take over, right? So they thought they were talking to my secretary the whole time, right? And they just set them up an appointment, basic
That's really
questions.
cool.
They thought they talked to him for like an hour, right? So I have a
That's
couple of these scenarios, and
that's awesome.
the people can also say stop messaging me, like they have all that option, right?
Yeah.
But they're trying to be helpful because these people basically give their information willingly on my ads to
Yeah.
find listings and stuff, and
That's
then
super cool.
AI just kind of goes off that. But it's really cool.
That's
It's another way I'm using AI.
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, so I'm pretty big on the AI stuff to my benefit. I'm just trying to use it while I can before it takes over humanity.
Yeah. No, that's super good. Yeah. So it's just like it's just leveraging it because like I was talking about with somebody before, like it's just leveraging the tools that can make your business better and that you could serve your clients better because like
Yeah,
anything that is new that's good, there's going to be some type of bad about it as well. So like we're always going to have like that conflict between good versus the bad. But
absolutely.
like
Look
it's
at
just about like
nuclear energy. It also can create nuclear bombs, but it also powers our entire cities. So that's my.
that's that's an extreme example for sure.
Hey, I don't know. AI might be that extreme. I don't know how much it'll
Maybe.
change. So,
Maybe. I'm just waiting for like, have you seen like the real like robots that they have walking around?
oh yeah, I'm waiting for my girlfriend's in trouble. I told her. So, we don't want these robot girls come by here.
Yeah,
Next time
so
she
it's
yells at me, I'm like, "Hey, where's the
hey.
off button?" I'm just
So
teasing.
no, I'm glad that we went over the AI stuff and we're able to like actually like talk about real life things that you're using because it can be
Yeah, because I didn't want you thinking I didn't know what you wanted to go over, but I do the videos are a huge part of my making me love the business too and the creative
yeah,
aspect, but like I do all the other stuff too. But majority of my stuff's coming from my social media and my
yeah.
referral network. So
That's awesome, dude. Well, Sean, thanks for doing this, man. I know like we were working on it for a long time and stuff, and I know you're busy and it's but I'm glad that we made it happen. And but this I mean it was really good. And so any final words for all of your fans?
just remember that if I die, don't put my brain in an AI jar. I don't know, I got nothing. Sorry.
An AI
You can
jar?
edit that out.
What?
I'm never ready for the final words. I hope this was helpful for you guys though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I try to be a little bit beneficial when I come on these things, right? But
for
yeah,
sure.
and Sean King, follow me if you ever any questions.
Yeah.
Reach out. I'm pretty friendly. And yeah, Bo, send me your address. I'm gonna send you a Christmas card after this, and I want to have you on our mastermind in the new year. We'll book it for you.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. So, yeah, like he said, everybody go follow Sean, because like his content is super unique and he's just like a genuine human being. So go check him out, say hello to him in the DMs and talk with him and stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this one and stay tuned for the next one. See you guys.